47 seconds. That's how long I stood in an elevator with a billionaire CEO. By the time those doors opened, I had his personal email and a meeting scheduled for the following week. No pitch, no ask, no business card. What I did, most people get completely backwards. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to replicate it. But first, let me tell you what not to do. We've all heard the same advice. Go to networking events. Collect business cards. Send follow-up emails. Maybe someone important will notice you. Here's the truth nobody talks about. Powerful people are drowning in asks. Hundreds of LinkedIn messages. Dozens of emails. Countless people trying to pick their brain every single week. If you're approaching them like everyone else, you've already lost. Today, I'm breaking down 5 counterintuitive strategies that actually work for creating real connections with people way above your current level. And stick around, because strategy number 5 changed everything for me. Let's dive in. Strategy number 1, stop asking, start giving, but not in the way you think. Here's what I mean. Most people hear give value and immediately think, I have nothing to offer someone successful. Wrong. You have something every powerful person desperately needs but can't buy. Specific, tactical help with small problems. Let me show you exactly what this looks like. A few years ago, I wanted to connect with a venture capitalist, completely out of my league. Instead of asking for a meeting, I spent 2 hours researching her portfolio companies. I found one that had a broken link on their pricing page, probably costing them conversions every single day. I sent her a brief email. No fluff. Hey, notice Company X has a broken link here. Thought you'd want to know since you're on the board. No response needed. 3 days later, she thanked me and asked what I was working on. That conversation turned into a 2-year mentorship. Here's the principle. Powerful people are used to everyone wanting something from them. When you give without asking, you immediately stand out. But here's the key. It has to be specific, actionable, and require 0 effort on their part. Don't send generic compliments. Don't offer to help however you can. Find one small, concrete thing you can improve in their world. Do it. Move on. That's how you get on their radar. Strategy number 2 is about something most people are too impatient to do. Strategy number 2, stop forcing connection. Start engineering proximity. Forget cold emails for a second. The most powerful connections happen through repeated, low-pressure exposure. You want to become a familiar face before you ever have a real conversation. This is exactly what I did to connect with one of the top people in my industry. I found out he went to the same co-working space every Tuesday morning. So I started working there on Tuesdays, not to ambush him, but to exist in the same space. After 3 weeks, we naturally ended up in line for coffee at the same time. I made a casual comment about the espresso machine being broken again. He laughed. We talked for 2 minutes. That was it. But the next week, he recognized me, nodded. The week after, we chatted again. A month later, he invited me to a small dinner with his inner circle. That's the proximity principle in action. Here's how you apply this. Find out where your target person actually spends time. Not where they speak or do big public events, but where they actually work, exercise, or hang out. Industry-specific forums, certain coffee shops, specific conferences, particular online communities. Then show up consistently, add value to that space, and let the connection happen organically. You're not being creepy. You're putting yourself in the same ecosystem. That's how real relationships form. Strategy number 3, never ask for an introduction. Instead, make people desperate to introduce you. Let me explain. Here's what most people do wrong. They ask a mutual connection. Hey, can you introduce me to so-and-so? And immediately, you've made your friend do work and spend social capital on you. Most of the time, they'll say yes to be polite, but it's a lukewarm intro that goes nowhere. Instead, do this. Make your mutual connection look like a genius for knowing you. Create something remarkable. Share it publicly. Tag them crediting them for inspiring it. Write an article mentioning their advice. Solve a problem and name drop how their insight helped you. When you make someone look good, they want to introduce you to their network. It's no longer a favor you're asking. It's an opportunity they're excited to create. I once spent a month implementing advice from a mentor's podcast episode. Then I wrote a detailed case study about the results. I tagged him when I shared it. He reposted it to his 100,000 followers, and then personally introduced me to 3 people I'd been trying to reach for a year. The lesson? Build introduction equity by making your connections look smart for knowing you. Then the introductions happen automatically. But here's the thing. Once you finally get that meeting, most people completely blow it. Which brings me to strategy number 4. Strategy number 4. Master the conversation audit. Because when you finally get FaceTime with someone powerful, you have one shot to make them remember you. Here's the exact framework I use every single time. Most people blow high-value meetings by talking about themselves too much or asking terrible questions. Here's the framework I use for every conversation with someone powerful. Before the meeting, I do a conversation audit. I research 3 things. What are they working on right now? What challenges is their industry facing? What do they seem genuinely passionate about outside of work? Then I prepare 3 types of questions. 1 specific question about their current project. 1 thoughtful question about an industry trend. And 1 personal question based on their interests. But here's the critical part. I also prepare 3 ways I can add value during or after the conversation. Maybe it's a relevant article, an introduction they might find useful, or a tactical insight from my own experience. The goal isn't to impress them with how smart you are. It's to have a conversation they actually enjoy. And remember, powerful people have thousands of surface-level conversations. They remember the handful that felt different. And after the meeting, most people send a generic thanks for your time email. Instead, send something valuable within 24 hours. That article you mentioned, the introduction you offered, or a 1-paragraph insight that adds to your conversation. This is how you turn a one-time meeting into an ongoing relationship. And finally, strategy number 5, and this is the one most people completely miss. Play the long game and embrace the power of the unreturned favor. Here's what I mean. In 2019, I helped someone pretty successful with a project. Spent about 5 hours on it. Got nothing in return. No thank you. No follow-up. Nothing. I could have been bitter about it, but instead, I just moved on and kept creating value for others. Fast forward 2 years later. That same person was in a room when my name came up for a major opportunity. And he went to bat for me hard. He remembered what I did, and even though he never acknowledged it at the time, he felt indebted. I got the opportunity which changed my career trajectory. The principle? When you help powerful people, don't keep score. Some will reciprocate immediately. Others will reciprocate years later in ways you never expected. And some will never reciprocate at all. That's fine. You're playing a volume game. The most successful people I know have a track record of unreturned favors. They've helped dozens of people who never helped them back. But the few who did reciprocate open doors worth 10 times the effort. So give freely, expect nothing, and trust that the law of averages works in your favor when you consistently add value to powerful people's lives. The opportunities will come. They just won't come from where you expect. If this video changed the way you think about networking, hit that like button and subscribe